Good evening. WTT is here, so I guess we can get started. Before we jump into the meat of it, there are there's one bit of housekeeping. There is a guy who says that he went to law school and that he was a paralegal for 15 years and therefore he knows more than I do, and that I'm dumb and wrong because bail comes before the sentencing, comes before the trial, and there's no bail after the sentencing. Well, these are the Nevada revised statutes. Notice of intention to appeal and bail. This is the statute for the municipal court. And you might notice that if the defendant desires to be released from custody during the pendency of the appeal, he has to enter bail for the prosecution of the appeal. Bail. Words mean things. Words have meaning. This is, again, the Nevada revised statutes. These are the other courts, the Justice Court, etc. The Justice Court was the one that Chille was in this last time. And admission to bail upon appeal. Upon appeal. This is the statute that would apply to the Justice Court. Bail pending appeal. And the application to the court below, if an application to the court below or judge jury is not practicable, or application has been made and denied. So again, the judge, Chille's judge, is going to determine whether or not Chille is eligible for bail pending appeal, and what that bail would be. And then if the judge doesn't give a bail amount, then Chille can take it up with the district court, who's going to be hearing the appeal. So this guy's a fucking retard. I'm just going to call it like it is. I mean, he's probably decent minded, but he's a fucking retard. And I listened to him, and so we'll listen to like the first minute or two, and you can see the way my mind started working.
Chille from the Clark County Detention Center. I just want to say, over the years, Chille has done a tremendous amount for the community. If somebody needed help, he did a live stream. He's
done a tremendous amount for the community. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm more of a results guy. Like, what kind of results does he get? Does he actually get results? I don't think he gets results. So what does he do for the community? That's where my mind's going.
The donation drive, he did a fundraiser for them, and he raised a lot of money for a lot of people and helped out a lot.
A lot of money. I mean, a lot. That's one of those wiggle words. What's really a lot? I don't know.
So I think it's time that we turn around and help Chille out. The long and the short of it is this judge right here, Ann Zimmerman, put Chille in jail for 180 days. He committed no crime.
Well, so he committed no crime. I mean, we're just going to say he committed no crime. We're just going to completely ignore what he did and the relevant statutes in the Nevada Revised Code. The things that the lawyers and the judge were looking at, we know Chille took some actions. We know Chille did things. The question is, were the things that Chille did legal or illegal? That's the question that was in front of the court. If it was illegal, it's a crime. If it's not, it's not. How do we know if it's legal or illegal? Well, you'll look at the statutes. What do the statutes say? And so, obviously, I look at the statutes. And this is the first one that he was one of the two that he was charged with: obstructing a public officer. Every person who, after due notice, shall refuse or neglect to make or furnish any statement, report, or information lawfully required of the person by any public officer, or who, in such statement, report, or information, shall make any willfully untrue, misleading, or exaggerated statement, or who shall willfully hinder, delay, or obstruct any public officer in the discharge of official duties or powers or duties, shall, when no other provision of law applies, be guilty of a misdemeanor. That's one. It tells you all the things, right? And then number two, resisting a public officer. A person who, in any case or under any circumstances not otherwise specially provided for, willfully resists, delays, or obstructs a public officer discharging or attempting to discharge any legal duty of his or her office shall be punished. And then go down to number three, where no dangerous weapon is used in the course of such resistance, obstruction, or delay, for a misdemeanor. Bada boom. So how do you How do you know if someone has committed a crime? Well, you look to the elements of a crime. How do you know what the elements of a crime? Well, this is a Nevada Supreme Court case from 2006, Roses versus State. And you can see that all the elements of resisting a public officer under NRS 199.280 are number one, it has to be willful. He has to intend to do the action. Now, that doesn't mean he has to intend to achieve the result. It means he has to intend to do the action. If you fire a gun into the air and it hits somebody, did you willfully do an action? Sure. I mean, that's I believe the willful. They're not looking for the end result of hitting someone. They're looking for, did you intend to pull the trigger? So did you willfully do the thing? Number two, did that thing resist, delay, or obstruct? Well, that's the next element. It has to either resist or delay or obstruct. What's the next element? It has, who does it have? Who is resisted, delayed, or obstructed? It has to be a public officer. It has to be in discharging or attempting to discharge any legal duty of his or her office, right? So those are the elements. And you could read those for either one of them. So when this dude just says off the top of his head, Chille committed no crime, you have to ask yourself, well, what the fuck did I just watch a trial about? Sorry, I get animated sometimes.
Left no victim, broke no law. The cop lied on the stand.
Well, the judge, who is the neutral person, said, you know what? I think as a judge and as a lawyer, a person who understands the law, I think that Chille's actions met the elements of these two statutes. That's what the judge might have thought.
And yet she's still without any evidence that he had committed any wrongdoing.
Well, the fucking video was played, chumnut.
Put him in jail for 180 days.
Wow. I mean, in fucking fantasy land, where the Nevada revised statutes don't exist, in this butt nuggets fantasy land, Chille committed no crime. Well, anyway, so that got me thinking. Maybe I should do a video on it. Maybe I should show you the statutes. And maybe I should show you how to go through the elements of the statutes. And then I stopped. And then I stopped. In my little brain, I realize I'm just a first-year family law attorney. But this sentence right here, or portion, sentence fragment, a person who, in any case or under any circumstances not otherwise specially provided for, or this little portion, shall, where no other provision of law applies. Because I don't believe that Chille was who refused or neglected to furnish any statement, report, or information lawfully required of the person by a public officer. I don't believe that that's what he was charged for. I don't think they were asking him for information that he failed to provide. I don't think he gave a willfully untrue, misleading, or exaggerated statement. If he did, I'm going to look at the chat right now. If he did, then I didn't see any evidence presented about it at the trial. So what was he convicted for as far as NRS 197.190? Well, it would have to be the hinder, delay, or obstruct a public officer in the discharge of official duties. Willfully hinder, delay, or obstruct a public officer in the discharge of his official duties. willfully resist, delay, or obstruct a public officer in discharging or attempting to discharge any legal duty of his or her office. That sounds like he did the same thing twice. Now, unless the difference is resisting. Unless the difference is resisting. But I don't know. I would love to see Chille appeal this angle, not his bullshit, well, I backed up 2 feet kind of angle. This would be a worthwhile appeal, in my opinion. There might be some merit to this. Chille's whole Chille's defense, like, oh, it shows on the video that before I backed up, I was here, and then after I was told to back up, I had taken a single step back. A single fucking step back. Anyway, that's like the whole 2 kids fighting in the backseat. One of them saying, "I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you," as they hold their finger like cunt hair in front of the other kid's nose. Anyway, so that's like the meat of it. The next thing is just kind of a people were telling me about this cat. Ask Michael Elling, who apparently likes to ride Chille's jockstrap. And that's fine. I mean, if you're a Chille fan, you could be a Chille fan. I don't really care. Well, you don't know that, dude. You don't know whether or not she had her verdict rendered. She certainly didn't like Chille. However, you can, just because a judge is prejudiced, we're going to go over this one more time. Just because a judge is prejudiced doesn't mean that the judge has to recuse his or herself. If they become prejudiced due to the course of actions that have taken place before them, then it's absolutely fine. It's literally part and parcel of what the whole legal system is about. So she did his arraignment. She did a motion to dismiss hearing. So she's done multiple hearings with Chille. Apparently, in this justice court, you're assigned to a judge for the entirety of it. There's no like, this judge is going to do the pretrial hearings. This judge is going to do the motion hearings. This judge is going to actually do the trial. It was one judge was assigned to the whole shittery. Well, your opinion is pretty fucking stupid because again, you're basing it off of her actions at the start of the trial. Again, things that happened in front of her, and you're not taking into account the other hearings and the things that happened in between. So, sorry, dude. Chille calling the bailiff a pig in front of her, and so it was her order to have Chille turn over his phone to her bailiff. And then when Chille refused to hand the phone to the bailiff, he wasn't just disrespecting the bailiff, he was disrespecting the court. So you're barking up the wrong tree. I literally just said a possible appeal for Chille to get one of the 2 charges overturned, possibly. Again, I don't practice law in Nevada. I don't pretend to. There might be some thing there. I'm not biased either way on Chille. But I can't tell you that that judge would not have found him not guilty. The problem is that the video showed him willfully hindering, delaying, obstructing, and possibly even resisting. So, I mean, it showed it. Like, what are you gonna do, bro? What are you gonna do? All right, so we're gonna watch this guy, I guess. I haven't heard anything about it other than the fact that he rides Chille's nutsack. So we'll see if he could teach us, if we could understand self-representation and free speech in Nevada courts. This guy's a California attorney. I don't know that he's a Nevada attorney. Let's find out. Let's find out if Michael Elling Michael Ailing, Nevada attorney. Share this tab instead. Share this tab instead. Share this tab instead. NorCal, Central Cal, SoCal, and surprisingly, Tejas. Where the hell is it in Tejas? Long Beach, Santa Monica, Beverly Hills. Wow. Wow. Rancho Cucamonga. Is that the same guy? Is that the same guy? Oh, no. Sorry. My bad. Award-winning attorney. Yeah, settlement awards are the only awards that matter for PI attorney. Near LAX has what amazing elder abuse and child abuse settlements. Do. Practice areas. This guy's his webpage is a little bit busy. Here we go. Downtown Torrance. So no Nevada. Doesn't practice law in Nevada. I don't see him as an attorney in Nevada. Let's just do one other quick search. One more quickie. You like a little quickie? You want a little quickie? You want a little Nevada County. So no. I don't see that he's a practicing attorney in Nevada. So, but we'll, let's see what he has to say, folks.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody, I'm going live. I hear a little bit of feedback on Alan's audio.
Uh-oh.
Probably next time I'm
Alan.
going to have him wear headphones.
Beck
But
and
I just
Ellen.
want everybody to know
Chille.
that if it wasn't for Chille DeCastro, we wouldn't be here right now talking to you.
What?
And I know there's a lot of people with a lot of questions. They're really worried. They're really concerned about him.
I'm really concerned.
I just want you all to know that you don't have any reason to worry.
I don't.
There's a lot of people out there who care about him, and we're not going to let him suffer. So
Yeah.
just remember that,
Give him a little-
everybody. When you have friends who care about you,
Reach under.
that they're going to be there to help you.
A little
So
from the
let me just
rear,
quick go over to comments.
Yeah.
All right. So I have first question I have, Greg B. Are you local to Chile? Answer, yes. But I want to get into this for all the people
He's
who are
local.
online right now.
He's
so
in
they can
Nevada.
understand what happened.
Hell
So-
yeah.
Everybody, Chille's a buddy of mine. Look, he comes off kind of crazy to some people, but Chille's out fighting for your rights. Chille is not a phony. Chille really believes in what he's.
I mean, fighting for my rights. I don't know. I haven't nominated him to fight for my rights, and I don't know. I don't think making illegal U-turns is a right that I want to have. To be honest with you, I don't know that making illegal U-turns is a right. Is it a right? I mean, I guess if you're making an illegal U-turn to the right, it wouldn't be a U-turn. You have to make an illegal U-turn to the left. So it can't be a right. It's got to be a left. Case closed, folks.
doing. And like the old school guys, the sovereign citizens from back in the 80s and 90s, he's the new guy with the camera. And without
This motherfucker just compared Chille to a sovereign citizen. Oh my God. This guy would be just great in court. Your Honor, my client, he's fighting for rights, just like the sovereign citizens were.
a law degree and without going to an academic institution, you may not know how to act. It would be like a blue collar guy going to a really expensive wedding or really expensive party. He's not going to know proper protocol to eat, how to eat or how to do whatever. But what he's doing spiritually, in my opinion, is the right thing. He is trying to teach people.
What he's doing spiritually? Like this is a fucking religion? Like, tell me it's a cult without telling me it's a cult.
How to protect their rights. And he's been through hell. He's been falsely arrested multiple times. I know there's a lot of people out here who can't stand him.
He's been through hell. Motherfucker, like, I don't know if I consider that to be hell. I mean, things could get a lot fucking worse. Like having your child die of cancer in your arms. Like if someone said to me, like, I went through hell holding my child while my child bled out, while my precious baby bled out from a gunshot wound from a drive-by, that was hell. I can understand that. Chille spent like, I don't know, fucking couple days behind bars so far in his illustrious career as a 20-year law scholar. Like hell, like bro.
Whatever, that's fine. But as a lawyer, from my perspective, I can see both sides because a lawyer has to be able to argue both points of view. I have my friend Alan Beck on here as well.
So you're gonna argue both sides here, Michael Elline. You're gonna argue both sides. Can't wait to see it.
First Amendment expert, and he's better at law than me.
Oh, he's a personal injury attorney. Well, yeah, well, I'm just a first-year family law attorney. Although, you know what? This was fucking hilarious. I thought it was hilarious. So I'm going to drag you along with me. What's that guy's TX Sheepdog 72? There we go. TX Sheepdog 72. I found this to be fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Community tab. Grable Grimshaw. This is a TX Sheepdog posted this link right here. For any of you who didn't know what this link was, I actually clicked it, and here we go. Grable Grimshaw, PLLC, responds to Stephen Kirby's raid on Jack Miller's residence and an activist. And boy, they're gonna go do some stuff. They're prepared for legal action. Woo! So your boy, Jack. I don't care if you diddle kids or diddle dogs, Miller. Woo! He hired Grable Grimshaw, PLLC. Grable Grimshaw, PLLC. Now, who the fuck is Grable Grimshaw? I mean, did what's that tiny chicken hawk's motherfucking name? CJ, did Grisham join a new law firm? Because I thought CJ Grisham was I thought he was the fucking man with the plan. Stan. This motherfucker's a family law attorney. The rise of the family law attorney, the dominance has begun. We've invaded all aspects of this auditing community. Oh, yeah, bro. This is our website. Wide range of family law divorce. The fucking motherfucking family law attorneys. Oh, Jesus. Oh, sorry. So, if that fucking toothless motherfucker, ever says one more word about me being a family law attorney, woo! Oh, Jesus, I'm having way too much fun. Way too much fun. All right. Okay. And see.
He's an appellate law attorney, so I have him here to provide some fire support. What brings Alan and I together is we're both former U.S. Marines, and we're loyal, and we believe in duty, honor, and country. And I just want to tell everybody right now, make sure to like and subscribe, make sure to save, because you never know when the thought...
What does that mean? What does that mean to believe in duty, honor, and country? Like, yeah, duty exists. Like, people have duties. I mean, it might be a legal duty. It might be a duty that's just imposed by society on you. It might be a de facto kind of duty. Honor, yeah, sure. I guess that exists as a concept. I mean, you can't touch it, taste it, smell it. You can't cash it in the bank, but sure, maybe it exists. Country, well, obviously, country exists. It's a word in the English language. It describes, a state or a nation. It's country, right? So what the fuck? We believe in duty, honor, and country. Like, words don't have any meaning. This guy's spitting out like nonsense, sir. For shame. Marines believe in duty, honor, and country. Well, what do they believe specifically? Tell us, what do they believe about duty? What do they believe about honor? And what do they believe about country?
Police are going to take down this channel, but I also want you to learn something else. Look, I'm not here offering legal advice. Alan's not giving you legal advice. We're here as historians and scholars and as reporters to help you understand what's going on. If you want legal advice, you have to hire a lawyer. I'm only licensed to practice law in California and Texas. Alan's only licensed to practice law, as far as I know, in California and Hawaii. So we're not offering any legal advice. So just put that aside and look at us as lawyers who have enough cojones to come out and talk about what happened to Chille.
Oh, it takes cojones. It takes cojones to get up on YouTube to talk about Chille. It's not like tens of thousands of channels talk about Chille.
So what I want to do,
mostly shitting on him,
is really quick. I just want to play this video for you of what happened to Chille, and we'll go from there. So just give me 1 second to get this thing going. Get it queued up, and it should be playing now. By judge. Can you? So everybody, really quick. So Alan, really quick. I just want to tell everybody. So this is a trial by judge. Can you kind of like help me explain to my audience, our audience, the difference between a trial by judge and a trial by jury, possibly?
Sure. This is colloquially known as a.
Oh Jesus! Who are they talking to?
Tends to determine you're not being judged.
I don't know if I can do this. All right, these two are gonna annoy the shit out of me. I can already tell. We're 5 minutes in to his video, and he hasn't said anything to me about the First Amendment in court. This is an hour and 16 minutes. I haven't watched any of this. I'm sorry. Maybe this wasn't the best idea.
By your peers, you're being judged.
But I just want you to a specific amount. So you're allowed to have a trial by judge, or you can just stipulate to a trial by judge. Everybody, I just want you to understand something. So a trial by judge is similar to what you would have in a small claims court, where the amount in controversy doesn't exceed a specific amount. So you're allowed to have a trial by judge, or you can just stipulate to a trial by judge. You can just agree, hey, I just want to have a judge try the case for whatever reason, which would be similar to a uninsured motorist case where you would have a trial with a arbitrator. So it's kind of like that, a little bit different. There's not a contractual reason to do it. But in this case, my understanding is that Chille requested a trial by judge. So we went ahead and had a trial by judge, and then let's go ahead and see what happened. Let me go back over to the main screen, and let's keep on talking.
What's in your hand? Just going to get my lawyer. I'm not looking now. I'm just waiting for you. All right, I'm going to wait for your attorney, okay? Okay. Thank you. All right, Jose Castro, 23 Sierra German 3015.
Good morning, Your Honor. Acting fellow in the paper record.
Dude looks like a beast.
Good morning, Mike. Yeah.
Hey, you think this guy works out, Alan?
Oh, I think he's been out in the gym a time or two.
So I have.
He's got a nice ass. Don't you think he has a nice ass?
Signed 2-meter requests that permit recording or photographing these proceedings, but I have not granted any other requests to record or live stream these proceedings. So I need Mr. DeCastro and everybody else who wants to stay in the courtroom to surrender their phones.
So you see that. So everybody, I just want you to see something. You can already see. And by the way, look, I don't have any skin in the game. Like, I'm not here to criticize the court, but clearly the court already knows that Chille likes to record things. And his lawyer's sitting there whispering stuff to him.
Well, I don't know if you caught this, Mr. Elling, but she asked for everyone who wants to remain to surrender their phones. It wasn't narrowed down to just Chille. So what does it mean? What does it mean? Enlighten us on the legal significance of this.
But the court is literally saying you need to disarm. You need to take away any video recording equipment that you have that's on your body. Alan, have you ever been in court and never seen anything like that happen before?
The only time I've seen it, I'll be honest with you, the only time I've seen it is in juvenile. I've seen it in juvenile, but it was when the parents had accusations of recording in the courtroom. So that's the only time I've seen it. I've seen it posted that you have to have your phones off, but I've never seen them take. Now, why couldn't they take it? I don't know. Why can't the court restrict your ability to bring a phone into her courtroom? So yeah, so apparently, allegedly, and I haven't verified it, someone said that that there had been someone who was caught recording in her courtroom or something along those lines. I don't know.
I've seen it where that's sort of the standard operating procedure of the court, where they say you can't use your phone or else you're going to be in trouble. But I've never quite seen it where they actually make you give up your phone. That one is new to me.
So Alan, just so you know, like between you and me, I'm beginning.
But is it somehow a violation of your rights, gentlemen? Like, you bring it up, but is it a violation of your rights? I mean, you might note it in passing, like, that's odd. I've never seen it before. I noted it, but like, are we going to harp on it?
A lot of feedback from people thinking that, hey, this court's biased. They already made up their mind before this whole thing went down. So I just wanted to put that out there for the viewers. So let's go ahead and get back into this. Hold on one second. Here we go. We're going to keep on playing what the judge has to say.
Or you can leave.
Or you can leave.
Any Mr. Castro that empty all of his pockets. What's that?
Yeah,
Empty
your
your
pockets
pockets.
and your other counsel judge. I have to give you my phones?
Yeah.
My phones have to be completely off.
I don't really want to be part of your YouTube channel. So-
You already are.
Great.
You already are.
Awesome.
I'm not gonna get into this guy. I'll do something else.
No, they're gonna go to my.
They're not gonna comment on that. You already are. Him sassing the judge. Like you're gonna talk to us about free speech in the courtroom and, you know, having your mouth write checks that your ass can't cash. I mean, he literally just fucking sassed a judge. And we're not gonna talk about it.
Marshall.
So really quick, everybody, we can see there's the colloquy. So Alan, you see the court saying, hey, give us your phone, give the phone to my marshal. And he's already snapping back at her, getting her upset. So we know that originally when he showed up, it was a 90-day suspended sentence. And as soon as he started talking, the court went ahead and gave him what I think double and not suspended. So he's gone for 6 months. So everybody put it in the comments if you think that was fair. But Alan, I just wanted to kind of see, like, have you ever seen anything like that ever happen before?
Hold on a second. The judge never announced any order other than the order that she gave, the 90 days consecutive. That's the only order she gave. What the state asks for is just what the state asks for. I've actually witnessed it. It wasn't my client. I've witnessed other defendants make a deal with the state and have the judge reject the deal. Say, I am not going to accept that sentence. So the judge is the one who determines what the sentence is. What the state asks for is just a wish list from the state. The defense also asks for something. I mean, he said, time served and, fine or whatever, I think is what me asked for. So the judge never said it is this sentence prior. It happens. Yeah. I don't know if it's the first time rejecting a deal in a decade. I mean, I've literally I have with my own eyes seen it happen. So maybe that's poorly worded, I guess. Well, yeah, I mean, the judge isn't bound at all by what the prosecutor asks for. The judge is bound by the limits of the statutes. Oh, it was that judge's first time in a decade. Okay.
Well, it's rare. Let me put it like that. It's typically a court doesn't do something sua sponte, which is on its own accord, and
issuing the sentence is literally the only way that can happen is sua sponte. The court issues the sentence. It's a court-ordered sentence. The whole reason that you don't end with, like, if you do a plea deal, if you talk to the state and the state says, what the state will typically say is we'll recommend, this amount. If you plea, we'll recommend this amount. And normally the court will go along with it. But there's a reason why they use the words that they use. They will recommend a sentence to the judge. And the judge has the ultimate power to accept that or reject it or issue something entirely different.
And here, it seems like that the plea deal that the agreement that had been made with the DA's office was essentially avoided by the.
What plea deal? There was no plea deal. They didn't walk in there with a plea deal. That's why they're going to fucking trial. Where? Am I missing something? Am I fucking missing something? They went to trial. Where was the plea deal? You don't have a plea deal if you go to trial. What in the actual fuck?
The court.
Well, I have these. I have these two sides. Like one is saying that we're Chile occultists, and then we have other people saying the court exceeded their authority. So I don't know. You see the comments there. I just want everybody to like. I'm a First Amendment guy, so I want both sides to. My assumption is most of the people who don't like Chille are family members of police officers who were fired after he reported them for with video and for getting them busted for violating people's rights. So
I don't like Chille, and I'm not a huge fan of the police, as you may be able to tell from a lot of my rants. And I still don't like Chille. Now, maybe I'm extrapolating from me to a lot of other people, but I don't know. I don't know that a lot of the people in my YouTube are family members or friends. Not YouTube. My Discord, who don't like Chille, are family members of cops. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't like. There's a lot of people in the auditing community. James motherfucking Freeman does not like Chille. I mean, it's a weird, like, it's a no true Scotsman fallacy. If you don't like Chille, you must be a cop. That's just a weird fucking thing to do. Like, there's a lot of reasons not to like the guy.
So I want both sides to. So it says very fair. They didn't want a phone to ring and interrupt the proceedings. You see that, Helen?
I do.
So look.
So Biff asks, Chille has a trial for the exact same charge in May. Think he will take a deal? I doubt it. I doubt it. I mean, I am fully prepared to be wrong on it. He should take a deal. A deal would be in his best interest, especially if he can't fucking control his face and his emotions in court. If he can't respect the court and be deferential to the court. So he should have taken a plea deal. I would have expected him to take a plea deal. I'm surprised he didn't. I mean, in hindsight, I understand why he didn't, but it would have been in his best interest as far as his freedom is concerned too, even from the get. But I didn't think he was risking that much at trial. But again, I didn't expect him to be a complete asshat. He had an attorney. I expected his attorney to exert some sort of a control over Chille and to coach Chille about what trial is going to be like. And I get it. I mean, I've had clients up on the stand who let their emotions get away with them, and the courts have taken it the wrong way. I've had that happen. I literally had that happen in a trial that I had. It was about a month ago. On Friday, I just got the statement of decision, and the court took exception to the cavalier attitude of my client and her husband. So, and I coached them, but on how to respond to questions. So it's tough. So no, I don't think he'll take the deal. Yes, I think he should take the deal. Well, I mean, it would depend on the deal. If it's for like $500 and in time served, then yeah, absolutely take the deal. If the deal is 90 days in jail, I mean, then maybe think about it, right?
I've been to court a lot. I've been practicing law for almost 2 decades. I've never had a judge say, "Hey, I'm afraid your phone might ring. Hand me over your phone." Have you ever had that happen?
Well, I've been told I had to turn off my phone. I've never been told that I had to turn in my phone.
All right, copy that. All right. So let me go back and
we're still back on the phone thing.
Let's keep going on this.
Excuse me?
I said he's a pig.
Okay.
Okay. Wait.
So I'm not going to permit you to.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. This is kind of important. Okay. I was talking to Alan about this, and I actually created a slideshow. So this is kind of important. So, oops, my bad. We may have to. Here we go. There's a slideshow. All right.
Is this guy's
So
this video's is it boring?
can
to
you speak
anybody
freely
else?
in court? So Alan, talk about this. This guy just called a police officer a pig in front of the judge. So I want to get into this. So first, I'm going to just say what I got to say. So you don't have to make a statement. You don't have to say anything. First, I'm going to just. Here we go. Here's a slideshow. All right. So
This motherfucker made slideshows. Why are we talking about filming the police? Can you speak freely in court? So he says courtrooms and courthouses generally are places where free speech may be restricted. Well, okay. So your freedom of speech can be restricted just about any place. Obviously, there are different forums. The government has the least restrictions on restricting your free speech in non-public forums, and courthouses and courtrooms are non-public forums, or at least most likely see US v. Grace. Limited public forums have the exact same limitations as far as restrictions on speech that, or potential. It's just as easy for the government to restrict your speech in a limited public forum as it is in a non-public forum. A designated public forum, i.e. a more of a free speech zone, is something akin to a non-public or into a traditional public forum where the government has the least ability to restrict what you say or how you say it. But even in a traditional public forum, park, sidewalk, places like that, the government can still restrict your speech. Now, there's the strict scrutiny test, which means that it's not a time, place, or manner restriction, which is very hard. It's a very hard test for the government to pass, but the government can. The restriction against filming vital military installations would survive strict scrutiny. The other place, or the other thing that you would see would be a reasonable time, place, or manner restriction in a park. For example, if you go to a park, can your speech be restricted in a park? It's a traditional public forum. Absolutely, it can. The park can close it at between sundown and sunup or some other hours. They can restrict your use of amplification equipment. They can prevent you from handing out flyers or other things. I mean, they can have restrictions on your speech even in a court, or I'm sorry, even in a public park, as long as there is a significant government need for the restriction. The restriction is narrowly tailored to achieving that significant government purpose. It's a reasonable time, place, or manner restriction, and they have to leave open ample alternative methods for you to communicate. So, I mean, it's a weird sentence to say courtrooms and courthouses generally are places where free speech may be restricted, because speech has been restricted all over the place, all the time. So it's weird. Then he goes on to say expressive conduct as a form of speech. Now, I don't know why he's bringing this up, because Chille used words. He said, I called your marshal a pig. So why are we talking about expressive conduct? Expressive conduct would be like burning a flag, burning a draft card, wearing an armband, things like that. So those things may be protected by the First Amendment, but if the court has a right to restrict your speech, which it probably does, as long as it's reasonable, as long as the restriction is reasonable and viewpoint neutral, bada boom, bada bing.
Called a police officer a pig in front of the judge. So I want to get into this. So first, I'm going to just say what I got to say.
So he didn't even go over that slide. Okay.
So you don't have to make a statement. You don't have to say anything. That's why you have a lawyer.
The Fifth Amendment is literally a different amendment than the First Amendment. He's talking about freedom of speech, and then he shifts over to the Fifth Amendment. Fucking weird.
Right? And you have a right to go outside and talk to your lawyer outside the presence
You have a right to speak to a lawyer. Well, Sixth Amendment, everything. Let's talk about everything but the fucking First Amendment here, folks.
to the court if there's a problem. Now, the big problem that I have with this from a legal point of view is that the police are part of the prosecutorial team.
The bailiff is now part of the prosecutorial team. The marshal, first of all, it was a marshal. And waving your hand and saying, well, the marshal works for the state of Nevada and the prosecutor works for the state of Nevada or the city or whatever. You get what I'm saying? They're both employed. And the judge also works. So, I mean, why wouldn't the judge be part of the prosecutorial team? I mean, it's a weird assertion to say that the police are part of the prosecutorial team. That's weird to say. Like, was that marshal investigating Chille? And they're basically agents of the state, and the prosecutor calling them pig would certainly infuriate the court. You're assuming he's baking in a bias here that the court is going to side with the prosecutor. And now you're going to say, well, John, the court does side with the prosecutor. Well, first of all, prosecutors drop a lot of cases before they actually get to court. And the reason why they do that is because they don't think they could win. So they usually take the cases to court that they think they're going to win. Okay? They take the cases to court that they think they're going to win. They have prosecutors, unlike shitty little family law attorneys, have the discretion about what cases they're going to actually bring. So naturally, they're going to take what they think are winners. They think are winners. They take the cases to court that they think are winners. Prosecutors aren't stupid. They're lawyers. They understand what they have a better chance at winning than what they have a worse chance at winning. So that's going to naturally skew the numbers, and they're going to win more. But they don't always win. Sometimes the defendant is found not guilty, which would indicate that the court is not on the same team as the prosecutor. But this attorney is literally baking in that the judge is on the same team as the prosecutor. So when you insult, the judge is on the same team as the police, and the police are on the same team as the prosecutor. And so when you insult the police, the judge is going to be infuriated. And it absolutely couldn't be that the judge had told Chille to turn the phone over to the marshal, and instead of turning it over to the marshal, or he tried to not turn it over to the marshal, but then when forced to, he insulted the marshal. And the judge probably works with that marshal every day. The judge works with that marshal probably every day. That marshal is probably assigned to the judge's courtroom. So that judge probably is friendly with that marshal, whose job it is to guard her courtroom. The judge probably doesn't want people being assholes in her courtroom and probably wants a civil courtroom. Calling them a pig would certainly infuriate the court. And thank God he highlighted infuriate, folks. I don't think I could do this anymore. I think I'm done with this. This is pretty stupid. I think this is a waste of my time and your time. So at this point, I'm just going to say, thanks for watching. Maybe this Eline guy is a good attorney. Maybe he gets lots of settlements and for PI. I mean, who knows? I don't. But this foray into whatever the fuck he's doing with slideshows and shit, it doesn't really blow my hair back. It's not interesting. I don't think it's very informative. He says things very loosely that, I mean, when you start picking apart what he has to say, if you're just sitting back drinking a beer listening to him, you're probably like, yeah, cool, all right, whatever. But if this is actually like something that he's intending to do to teach people something, I certainly don't know what the fuck he's intending to teach them. And And I'm going to go and, I don't know, pull my pud. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.